Hello, Speed Gaming. Today we have a match between Nazarius of the Clippers and Traffic Talks of Tales of the Dreaded Metroid. And they are going to be racing a Dash Randomizer. I am Beeps, and I will be commentating this match. And this is going to be a fun race. First off, Ohm in the title, so it has to be a good seed. How is everyone in chat doing today? All right, and it looks like the runners are off. So, as if most Randos, they are going to start on the ship. Ooh, that's a cool color palette on Xerxes' side. And we assume we're just gonna get them synced together in just a bit, most likely. And so first thing they're gonna do, actually doesn't look like Trapdox is going for the, okay. Looks like Trapdox is going for the Moonfall down decline. I wonder if Nazarius is gonna use Moonfall as well. And they're both using Moonfall. So these randos are interesting because they are, well, as the name implies, it's a dash rando and it's kind of fast. So the big difference between a dash randomizer and just a standard randomizer is that this one has, like, I guess the best way to put it is fewer items to get into go mode. So Spacer is actually a really good item to find in these. So as always, the runners are racing the same seed. So more full on pedestal. Oh, wonder what is going to be in these other item locations. So I guess the big thing is Spacer is a very useful item now, as well as because it lets you get into Waterway and also Bot Room. So it just gives you more ways to beat the game. There's also some other changes, like you can use bombs and wreck ship instead of speed booster. And e-tank in the ceiling. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe this is major minor. As you can see, Traffic Talks just kind of left. Oh wait, never mind. I thought he's just gonna not take the item. He just reset the room. But it looks like a major minor rando. Unless they pulled a fast one on me. And this area is going to check out the item back here, which, if it's supers, those would be really useful, or even power bomb. Oh, there you go, supers. So the worst thing you can find here are missiles, but luckily that didn't happen. And it looks like Traffic Talks is also going to check here as well. Okay, his pro supers. Looks like Nazarius is going to be checking out an old with a brain. Pack of supers, that's good. So I will say ammo isn't as important in these dash seeds. I mean, it's still important, but it's not as important considering the runners actually have nerf charge beam, which basically it does a third of the damage that charge beam normally does. So basically, effectively, your P shot can deal damage to bosses. However, it is still a P shot and really weak. Yeah, Lomian saying in chat, 900 shot Ridley. Yeah, if you have absolutely nothing going to Ridley, it's 900 shots. Traffic Talk's checking another minor item. Ice Beam. That will be useful. And since there are no varied tweaks in this, because this is not a very rando, or it just doesn't have varied tweaks, so Bomb Chorizo is not going to be a boss, you see. Thank goodness, because Bomb Chorizo is kind of boring. So combined with the missing the ceiling item and also missing the ceiling item and also getting the extra missile pack, Traffic Talks is behind Nazarius, but it's still extremely early and anything can happen in these runs. It's only like maybe 30-second lead, more or less, which is basically nothing. Yeah, no early gauntlet from these runners. Early gauntlet would be way too risky anyway, considering there's a really good chance they would have to reset if either of them were to go up. Because if there's no bombs or speed in gauntlet, then that's a reset. Ooh, power bombs under the bridge. Those are really good. Once you get 10 power bombs, you're basically set in these randos. But until then, your power bomb count is really kind of sketchy. A lot of missiles. Oh, and a gravity suit. I didn't even notice that going through there. Yeah, that's a really good item. Wow, so gravity. So gravity's actually changing in this. So it's a bit stronger. Or what? Actually, no, it's a bit weaker. So basically, it provides quarter heat protection. Or no, half heat protection. So if you were to go into Norfair, well, you'd still take heat damage, but it's at a much slower rate. That is the first big thing about it. I believe it still does full damage reduction from enemies, though. That's what I was told, at least. But gravity is a really good item, especially with Ice Beam. That is definitely saying go down first. That is my thought. Oh, it does not. Each suit contributes 50. Okay. I was told it does full. So is it... I guess it's just a progressive suit patch then, more or less. Oh, just progressive suits. I guess I was told something different. But I'm going to trust your word on that, Aster. Thank you. Yeah, shouts to the progressive suit patch made by Smiley, which is what they're using. Oh, and Traffic Talk's skipping a missile pack, gaining some time on Nazarius here. Looks like Traffic Talk's actually skipped quite a bit of missiles. And you can see that Traffic Talks is catching up quite quickly. And an E-Tank by Wavegate. And I'm just going to give a good idea of where the runners are. So 39 exiting that room, and you can see how close these runners are together. And 20 power bombs. They have a lot of power bombs right now. And a Varia. And the runners are about 30 seconds apart, a bit less. But yeah, Varia just kind of... Yeah, this seed is definitely screaming go down right now. In fact... No, they don't have they don't have the best items, but they have enough to beat the game right now, technically. Like, they definitely want more stuff, but this is, in a way, go mode. Yeah, worst room in the game will be ugly. That's what I was thinking of, because there's a pixel-perfect wall jump in there, but other than that, if they really wanted to, they can just go. So I'm curious to see what the runners do. Traffic... Oh, never mind. Oh, Traffic Talks accidentally missed the item and he's going back for it. I saw him going back. It's like, wait a second. Is he going to take a weird route? So I'm fully expecting these runners to check most of the minor items they come across and some of the major items. But I'm fully expecting them both to go down. Yeah. But, well, there it is. There's bombs. Wow. So, all that the runners need now is more firepower. Like, honestly, they have everything. Or at least, Nazarius has a whole lot right now. Worst room in the game is easy now, and, well... Yeah, just firepower at this point. Looks like Traffic Talks is going to be checking out X-Ray. Hopefully, I kind of want that to be a beam. I want to see a beam here. It's a knee tank. Unfortunate. Because it'd be interesting to see how that would play out, considering it would close the gap between Nazarius and Traffic Talks right now, because Traffic Talks is getting a lot more stuff. The super count could be better, though, for both runners. See, MC in chat saying this is set up to go straight to LN, and I agree with that. Like, this is just screaming go to Lower Warfare. So right now, Nazarius has a pretty sizable lead on Traffic Talks. Mostly because he just checked your items. And Kraid. Let's see, this Kraid quick kill. Did not curse it. And Traffic Talks about to get his bombs, which will make his worst room way easier. Could see Meridia first. This is very true, actually, because with this firepower, they would still have to rely on charge shots for Ridley. But if they go to Meridia, they wouldn't have to worry all that much about it. Like, Meridia could have some cool items in it that would just make things faster. So I guess either Lower Warfare or Ridley, or Lower Warfare or Meridia, one of the two. I doubt we'll be seeing anything like Croc, though. Speed booster. Now that'll just make things even faster. I'm curious if Nazarius is going to go to Meridia or go to Vid. Yeah, bye-bye Cathedral. And going down. As expected. I have a feeling that Nazarius will probably check high jump area because those are 3 items, which could be more firepower. I'm gonna check Ice Beam. Yeah, in that case, he's definitely gonna be checking out the high jump area. I guess guess I shouldn't be surprised about this play, considering firepower really is a problem, but still, I'm surprised anyway. Screw attack. Okay, yeah, Lower Warfare is the way to go. And very nice trade quick kill from Traffic Tox. This seed is insanely free. Wow. Yeah, this may be the fastest seed I've seen. So, the old school, there's actually nerf charge in this. So, the runners have not actually found charge yet, but they have a charge beam that does a third of the damage of the normal charge beam. So, basically, short answer, they don't have charge yet. And another E-tank. I didn't see what the minor items in this room were, so you can see those on the way out. Okay, obviously nothing important. Oh wait, never mind. He needs to kill the Sova. I think I saw a super up here. Yeah, it's a super. So, Nazarius is about 2 minutes ahead of Traffic Tox right now, more or less. Though that can change. So, I see a question, are runners generally on emulator or console? Well, to that question, I would say oh no, actually. More or less runner's preference. Because they're both allowed here, and some people have the resources to do that, and some don't. So yeah, Xeris is on SNES Classic, and also, and I believe Traffic Tox is on emulator, I believe. It looks like Traffic Tox is going to be checking out Cathedral Item. Yeah, that's the right idea. The answer is yes. Oh, maybe it just looks like Traffic Tox forgot that he had speed. Unfortunately. Space jump. Wow. What a free seed. Yeah. I'm not sure I completely agree with checking Bubble Mountain right now, but I guess it is making Lower Warfare faster. Actually, what's their ammo looking like? They both had. Oh, okay, I don't know, because only items they wouldn't see many items in Lower Warfare. If they had another super pack, then I would definitely say yeah. Plasma, wow, free seed. Also, Traffic Tox. I guess Traffic Tox skipped the high jump area, so it looks like he is slightly ahead. Though I'm not sure if that's a real time save or false time save. It depends on if he decides to go to high jump later. But wow, that significantly increased his damage output. So now the beam does 200 per shot, which is 1/3 of a super on Rid. So at this point, this is very much looking I could just go to Lone Warfare. Oh, okay, so I think I see where some of the time difference came from, because now Traffic Talks is getting Space Jump and Nazarius did it a bit earlier. So Nazarius is still ahead, but Traffic Talks, if skipping high jump, it just saved quite a bit of time. So Nazarius taking the new route path over to Lower Warfare now. Just seeing Traffic Talks just jump over those power bombs. Oh, Traffic Talk skipping that E. I'm liking this play. So he's decided that he's done with E-tanks now and doesn't care. So he's basically committing himself to not doing stand-up at that point, but with this sort of loadout, you probably wouldn't see a very effective stand-up. I mean, you could always make the baby Metroid faster. That is true, but not sure if it completely justifies getting the extra E. I don't know what the actual time difference is. But Nazarius is the first to enter Lower Warfare. Skipping GT makes sense. And Traffic Talks, you can really see how he's closing that gap now. I don't know exactly how similar they are in terms of movement, but I remember Traffic Talks having like a really good time a couple years ago. I don't know too much about Nazarius personally, but I'm just gonna make a quick check. 2207 entering the door. So less than 2 rooms separates these two runners. Oh, Traffic Talk's checking Firefly. Interesting play. I guess, so Traffic Talks actually has fewer supers and a reserve tank, unfortunately. So it looks like Traffic Talks, especially with the power bombs at PB's a shame, is going to have a slower Ridley fight. As much as I love reserve tanks, that's not what Traffic Talks wanted. Because he skipped an E-tank earlier, so like I don't think he would want the reserve now. Not even checking PB's a shame. He won't realize that they're disappointment, but he's not even going to bother checking. So Nazarius is going to have a faster Ridley fight for sure. just due to the difference in ammo, and if nothing else. Because, yeah, each beam shot or each charge shot does 200 damage, and supers do 600. So this is doing significantly less damage. Traffic Talks needs to be a little tiny bit careful here. Because this is, I'm not going to say it's a low percent Ridley, but it's low percent-esque. And Nazarius just loading out all that ammo. And you can see that his Ridley is already red, and he's about to... His Ridley is dead now. Perfect. That's one runner I don't have to worry about. So, okay, Traffic Talks. Okay, I'm scared. Traffic Talks, his Ridley is at half health now, which is really good. Though, he's not cooperating. Spring Ball. Nice. Okay, Traffic Talks, be careful. I think Traffic... I'm not going to curse. I'm not going to commentators curse this one. Okay, looks like Ridley, pick him up. Oh my goodness, what a jerk. Wow. So Traffic Talks is through that Ridley fight. Thank goodness. I was really concerned. I would not want to see Ridley death here, but Nazarius is now solidly in the lead, escaping the reserve tank, the disrespect. Though it's not what he wanted. But now Traffic Talks' health is really bad. I don't think... Okay, he's going to do some farming. That makes sense. This area's going to look for more supers. Totally reasonable. Oh, there are some supers. Now Traffic Talks' health is a lot better. Though, his play on skipping the E-Tank is definitely coming back to bite now. And it's biting hard. Unfortunately. Though I can't say I blame him for skipping the E-Tank, because 5e tanks is enough to beat the game, and if you find some good stuff in Lone Warfare, then you can just fly through it, and like you don't need extra E. Because like with screw attack and space jump, 5e tanks is really more than enough. So like I don't blame him for doing that. I think I would have done something similar. So like I don't think we're going to be seeing a Croc this time around. Because the only thing Croc can have is more ammo or a beam, and they don't need either. Well, I guess high jump as well. So I'm surprised Trap Talks. Okay, there we go. Just surprised he is not checking any more ammo, because this is really low firepower, all things considered. Oh yeah, this seed has been extremely fast. Traffic Talk's remembering he has speed booster now, so he's gonna take Frog Speedway. I like this. Single chamber with no high jump. Yep, I hard agree with that one, Aster. It is. That room is so bad. So now Botwoon. Botwoon is going to be well, actually, I'm not going to say anything. Botwoon takes 10 supers to kill. I believe that was 7 in the bot, so a little bit more. One more shot should do it, yeah. So that Botwoon fight was pretty good. And 2 supers as well. Though I feel like this series would probably want a bit more. Though looks like he's going to take what he's been given. Traffic Talk's going to check Mama Turtle. Has a chance of being something really good. Spazer. Okay, that is... If they didn't have Ice Beam, or if Traffic Talks didn't have Ice Beam, then, well, that would have been a good item. As great as Spazer is, in race setting, I don't think Traffic Talks is the one to get Spazer when he has Plasma. But yeah, one of the changes is that Spazer opens up Waterway and Botwoon. But they already have a way to get past both of those. Zarius going for just single plasma shots on Dre. Oh, never mind. He has grapple beam, so you can just grapple kill. I forgot grapple killing was a thing for some reason. It's like, wait a minute. He has speed and he's not using it. Yeah, that makes sense. Grapple kill is extremely fast. Lomian, wait, don't call me out like that. This is a quick check, so I can understand doing that. Gonna be seeing a high five from the runners in just a little bit, likely in Coliseum. All right, time for the high five. There you go. There's your high five. Nice super drop from the Metroid there. Makes opening the eye door that much faster. So now all the Nazarius has to do is go to Fantoon and then go to Turian. I have a feeling Nazarius is going to do a ship refill. That just seems like the most effective option to get back 20 supers. Ooh, Chavtalk's going for a spike suit. Gonna check for more firepower. Season E, not gonna take it. So I imagine that if there's supers on Moat, yeah, Zeri's gonna skip that. The only route deviation I could see Nazarius taking is checking the super missile after Fantoon, though I'm not even sure if he's going to do that. Looks like Traffic Talk's going to check Plasma Beam. Gotta love when Fantoon does a fast eye close. The fast eye close is one of the worst things about Fantoon. Wow. And again. But that was a fast from Nazarius. So that's nice. Charge Beam. Wow. So that's where Charge was. So at this point, I don't know if Charge Beam will make the difference between the two runners. I don't think it will, but it very well could. That definitely gives Traffic Talks a bit more of an edge here, but I still don't think that's going to make a difference. Actually, so this is the ammo that Nazarius is going in with. He'll use basically all his supers. He'll have 15 for Mother Brain. let me... Okay, so Nazarius is actually going to check more stuff. But I'm going to do some quick math. And an X-ray. Disrespect. And power bombs. So I'm actually really curious here. I'm going to do some math. But, okay, basically, Nazarius is going to use all his missiles probably and have use 10 on the first phase and then 3 on the doors, more or less. So that'll put him at 12 supers. Unless his super's down here. Supers, okay. That'll put him at 17. So that'll be 43 shots, and then 43 times 2. So basically, Traffic Tox gains a minute and 26 seconds due to having Charge Beam from Other Brain. So I don't think that's going to make enough of a difference to secure a lead. And that's at best, actually, so. But I'm curious to see how close these runners will finish. So, Nazarius the first in the Turian. Hopefully, we see good drops from the Metroids. And Traffic Tox is done with his final boss. This area is going to be taking extremely safe. Not going to even use a super there. That's extremely respectable, honestly. And nice stutter Dopplers as well. So yeah, not going to go for baby skip here. And if you're not practiced without wave or high jump, then definitely the way to go. Heck baby skip, honestly. That's my hot take. Now, facing right, saving 40 frames, but at what cost? Yeah, Nazarius gonna save himself a super right there by missling the door open. Taking off Screw Tack for Zap Skip. Ooh, Traffic Talk's gonna check Gauntlet, or not. And Traffic Talk's entering Turian now. Though, yeah, having charge is not going to make that much of a difference. So yeah, looks like Nazarius is going to use all his supers until he gets to 15. That way his catch-up phase is shorter. And well, catch-up is... I don't want to say it's an easier part of Mother Brain, but it's more dangerous. Because the catch-up beam does 100 damage on a single hit, but it usually double hits, and it can sometimes even quad hit. So not spending as little time in that phase as possible is usually a good thing. And there's Ketchup. So Nazarius is going to lay all the supers, and that is Mother Brain. Well, granted, it's still MB3, but that's like really short. Traffic Talk's facing right as well. Looking back, but again, at what cost? So yeah, at this point, Nazarius is solidly in the lead. It'd have to take a disaster for him not to finish first, because all that's left now is Mother Brain 3 and Escape, and those are both pretty simple. Though I have seen people die to Mother Brain 3, but I don't think that's going to happen. Ooh, Traffic Talk's not getting the shot on the Zab. So gonna go for a speed skip instead. Now that's something I like. So the way this Zab skip works with Ice and Plasma is you just hold a charge shot and then just shoot, and then you can freeze the Rinka. It's like if you face straight up and then do a charge shot. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he knows. Alternatively, you could also unequip Plasma Beam here and face up and freeze the Rinka. Crouch and shoot up with a regular Stained with Charge. Anyway, Nazarius is in Escape now. doesn't look like he's going to be making. He's just gonna go straight to the ship, I imagine. We may see an animal. If we see animals, I would be really happy because I love the animals, but I don't think we're gonna be seeing them. Yeah, as much as I love the animals, it doesn't look like he's gonna save them. Unfortunate. But with that, Nazarius has got done with a time of 50:06. So GG to Nazarius. So it looks like Traffic Tox has. Oh, he said GG, but it looks like he forfeit this race, unfortunately. So GG to Traffic Tox for this cool run. This is a fun race to watch and commentate. So yeah, GG to both the runners. But yeah, I feel like this race could have gone either way, honestly, if Traffic Tox decided to just if he checked fewer items, really. I guess that's really what the big thing that happened in this one. Also, I would like to take the moment to shout out the tracker of this match, 2D Tones. Did a great job tracking this race and was on point with everything. Looks like the commands are slightly wrong. But yeah, shouts to 2D Tones. Thank you. Shouts to clicking everything in the first 10 minutes. And what if we can get Nazarius in here? Looks like he is in one of the voice channels. And if we can get Traffic Tox, it'd be cool as well. I did not see where the wave beam was. A wave at Gauntlet. Thank you, Tornado. Curious if Nazarius has anything to say or if I should wrap this up. Because looks like he's in the setup channel. Maybe a ping will help. But yeah, I'm going to. I guess I'm going to start. Okay. I guess I'll start saying other things. So it looks like there's going to be some more races for this tournament. Hold up. Here we go. So there's a race going on right now, actually, on, I believe, Speed Gaming 2. So go there. There's a race going on. Commentary by Eden8, track by Cheaty, and it's going to be Killimore versus Metroid. So there's one of those races. A lot more races later today as well. And then there's some tomorrow. So yeah, there's another one at 7:30, then 8, then 9 o'clock. There's just a lot of races, and y'all should watch them. But yeah, again, I am Beeps, and 2D Tones track this one. Shouts again to that. And thank y'all for watching, and thank you runners as well. Yeah, take care, everyone.